Hello, my name is Michaela Bauer. I'm recording this right now, so if you hear sounds in the background, I am a band director and my students are on their study hall hours, so that's what those noises are. Okay, but here's my presentation over building professional capacity. So, like I said, my name is Michaela Bauer. I am 26 years old. I am a band director teaching 5th grade through 12th grade in Oakley, Kansas, which is in the western side of the state. I've been teaching for 5 years. I'm originally from Shawnee, Kansas, which is from the eastern side of the state. I got my undergrad from Pittsburgh State University in music education, and I'm currently working on my master's at Fort Hays State. So here's some pictures of my family. So this is my dad in the top right hand corner. Down here is my mom, me and my husband, and then my sister. Oops. My sister and her fiance. They get married early October. And then my dog in the middle, Hank, my husband, Billy, and then myself with Hank again. And then down here, these are my in-laws. So here's some more photos. So one thing about being a band director is I love music education. I'm all about promoting music and student success. But I am very, 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 very passionate about playing instruments, and I love playing instruments. So I've put some pictures up here. So here's me playing my flute, and my dog's just listening. I also play with the Colby Community College up in Colby, Kansas. They're jazz band, so I play trombone for them. My degree is actually my undergrad, my specialty is saxophone, so this was a picture of me. At school, I love to play a lot of low brass, and if you don't know, this is a baritone, which is kind of like a mini tuba. And then down here, this is me conducting at a home football game. So, on to my presentation. So, article reflection. I went ahead and I broke down each article and gave you just the synopsis of what was going on, and then I gave my strengths and weaknesses. So for the first one, I said that I'm really good at promoting personal and professional health, mentoring, and introducing new staff. But my weakness is like a work-life balance. My strengths, I know how to ask for help. I'm actually a mentor in our district, so I actually mentor our new teachers. I've got one right now who is a brand new first-year music teacher. My weakness is being very explicit and tough with the, strong with the tough decisions. Sometimes it sucks to be the person that says no, and that hurts. Article 3, I'm all about having good honesty, integrity, communication, collaboration, commitment, and being persistent, willingness to learn, intuitive, and ability to aspire. For being a music person, sometimes I don't always think I'm super creative or innovative, but I try my hardest. For Article 4, I work on creating an environment where students feel safe, valued, and effective. For Article 5, I work on creating a productive classroom climate collaborative with all students and staff. In weaknesses, sometimes we get off task. One thing is I'm very social with my students. They know me, I know them, and so sometimes we get a little off topic. We always get back on there, but we have some of those just fun conversations. So Article 6, Yep, I'm going to pass over that one. Article 7, I would agree in some of the earlier sections, I just didn't feel like repeating it. Article 8, my strengths are I'm very good about delegating, celebrating, and organizing, mentoring, and creating learners. Weaknesses, I sometimes struggle to establish strong parameters of work-life balance, and then, taking criticism. I take criticism, but sometimes I take it too much to heart and I overwork on it. So I got to work on that balance. Article 9, I celebrate all the good work, learning from good and bad. Article 10, strengths. I do a lot of these in my classroom. So I'm communicative, I collaborate, and I try to be creative. Strengths for Article 11, I plan to be inclusive as a principal as I am in the classroom and create strong boundaries so that everyone understands their part. So Article 12 was strengths. I work with my coworkers and principals to create a professional attitude, to continue to seek data to help drive my classroom. Article 13, I said my strengths are to work to help keep my school up to date on relative data. I joined actually our KISA team, so I've been working on compiling the data for our school district. And Article 14, I continue to be a leader in my school building. Okay, so continuing on, what is leadership capacity? I believe it is a well-trained leader and someone who recruits the best teachers, provides mentors at a very high level of professionalism among staff, promotes a balanced work life, can be explicit in instruction and with boundaries, and lastly, creates a clear vision for an environment that is inclusive and positive for all involved. So, some ideas of a school's professional capacity. So number 1, to recruit teachers who are highly qualified in their area of study. Number 2, to mentor new teachers, those who are highly qualified. So a teacher who's been here for a long time, keeps up to date on their data, that would be someone who would be highly qualified. Number 3, evaluate and critique when needed to keep highly qualified teachers up to date. Number 4, give teachers and staff leadership opportunities in their school culture. Number 5, communication is key in any building for it to be highly successful, in maintaining great relationships. And number 6, keeping a positive and upbeat energy is the key to any successful building. So, collaborative professional cultures. So there was the one article that had the 4 C's, and that was really, really good because I thought everything in that article talked about how to build a great culture, but I kind of broke it down a little bit more and added something a little different. So communicating effectively, it's one thing to communicate and just get information out there, but to be effective at it is different. So making sure that, having a area where teachers and staff and parents know exactly where to get information for the day, and even students. So being effective while communicating. Number 2, collaboration. So just collaborating, working with multiple different groups. So, we try hard, the teachers in my building, to find a way that we can be cross-curricular. A lot of our teachers within my building work to make sure that what they're doing, maybe matches up with another class. So it's helping our students. Number 4, delegate, which is like subcommittees. I think this is very important in a school culture because it's not just one leader. There's multiple leaders, multiple ideas. Everyone is involved. And finally, creativity. So keeping the school creative, innovative, new ideas so that, it doesn't get stale. So professional learning, these were the ones I put together. So reflection. So when teachers are involved in their learning process, they tend to reflect deeper and on a deeper level. Number 2, cultural responsiveness, creating a culture where students and staff feel supported and their opinions are validated creates a great culture. Number 3, distributed leadership, principals who delegate tasks to teachers who are willing to help lead. That always takes it up another notch, and I know it's not always expected, but it's nice. Number 4, digital literacy. So, educating students in the 21st century, we need to make sure that we are educating them on what is and is not appropriate. Sometimes students just don't know that. School improvement. So this is developing the social and cultural well-being of the children and adults within the school. So a good culture. And finally, student success. When the students feel they are cared for and supported, typically the teachers feel the same, and it's just a real positive vibe around the building. So implemented systems. So first, supervision. So qualified principals and teachers create an environment that has rules, processes, and procedures to keep everything on track. Number 2, support. Qualified support for both staff and the students lets everyone know their thoughts, feelings, and opinions are valid and important. And then finally, evaluation. Evaluation helps to find strengths and weaknesses within the school environment. So this go ahead and leads me into my standards and my final part. So I went ahead and attached standard number 7, but I said this standard builds professional capacity correlating with the assignment. The reading from the assignment was able to show me how to engage in professionalism in the school setting, how to engage appropriately with staff, students, and other participants while giving them the support they need to be successful, and lastly, communicating effectively with staff and students to continue to create a culture where students and staff feel safe and supported. The next one is the relevancy. So during my assignment, I was able to see multiple points that felt relevant to my current school community. I was able to see how when communication and collaboration effectively with the staff leaders to communicate where teachers feel their opinions are being supported and heard. I was also able to see how creating subcommittees with teachers and leaders to create an environment where their strengths are being used and put to the advantage, which in the end helps the culture and the community. And then lastly, I find I need to work on taking and giving constructive feedback. While this might seem like a lot to take on, giving and receiving feedback is key to staying relevant. And then finally, my just reflection. In reflection, this assignment taught me that there are multiple ways to keep and create a school community where everyone feels valued, heard, and challenged. Knowing the people around you and getting them the support and resources they need to be successful is key to keeping the students well engaged and at the forefront of their learning experiences. So, these are my references. And I appreciate getting to know and meet you all. I hope you have a wonderful semester. Thank you.